And now we will learn how to manage your client's data. There are two places in QuickBooks that allow you to manage your client's information. One of them is the Customer Center, and the other are the customer or client-specific reports. And we will examine both of these areas right here in this video. The Customer Center allows you to add, edit, delete, and make inactive any client. It looks like a Rolodex or a database of customers that allows you to access any information about your clients with just a few clicks. You can see all the transactions you've ever had with a client, and you can take notes and update the notes about the clients right inside their own records. So now let's imagine that this is an abbreviated list of some law firm's set of clients. I only added a few pieces of data with just 3 clients, just so you can see how the Customer Center would work. From the main menu, you would open it by clicking Customer, Customer Center, and then the Customer Center opens up. You should have a tab here for customer jobs and another tab here for transactions. Click for customer jobs, and you'll notice that you have an area down here that will show you all of the transactions for any customer after they're added. So, if we want to add Alan Arby at 111 First Street, all we have to do is go to the top left of the Customer Center and click New Customer, and then we put in his name, Alan Arby. Okay, maybe you want to make it in capital. Of course, you would normally put all his other information, like his phone number, his website, and so on, but we will just put an address. Now, of course, there are other tabs of information that allow you to give payment settings if you accept credit card, or job info if they're on any kind of specific job. But this is basically Alan's record. And when we click OK, you can see that Alan has been added to the customer list on the left. Let's add Betty Boop. Everything is the same with her except she's the second customer. So we go New Customer, Betty Boop. Okay. And now you can see when we click OK, and click OK again, and click OK a third time, you can see you click here, and then you would glance down in this area to see any information or all of Alan's transactions. But if you wanted to see Betty's transactions or additional information about Betty, you would click here, and all of her transactions would show up in this panel. If you've had the client for many years and have many transactions with that client, such as invoices and payments, you could filter this list that will come up at the bottom by week, by month, and so forth, so you could narrow down the transactions you want to see. One of the best things regarding this center is you can take notes for a specific client. For example, if I want to remember that Betty is allergic to peanut butter, I want to click here, and I will click in the notes while Betty is selected, and in the bottom left I'll click Add New Note, and I would write don't offer Butterfinger bars, she is allergic, or however you would spell it, or whatever you would want to do. So then you could click date and time stamp so that you remember you wrote a specific note that had spelling mistakes at a specific date and time for Betty. Then click OK. You see, this way, if you ever want to find out what you wrote about Betty, you could open the Customer Center, click on Betty's name, And then you would see, if you click in the Notes tab here, you would see all of the notes that you wrote and the date and times that they were written. This will help associate attorneys work on the same client and communicate with each other about significant things that we need to remember about the client. Now let's finish this section by adding Candy to the customer list. Do you remember how to do that? New customer, type in Candy Charles. And of course we would put her address or any other information about her, and we could always double click and edit this window. And now we have all 3 clients on our client list, and now we can examine the reports. The 2 reports that will be the most helpful to you when managing your clients are the customer balance detail and the open invoice. The customer balance detail allows you to see the running balance of each client. It shows every invoice and payment so you can know who owed what at any given point in time. Let's just open it up now. Now it will be blank. We can go ahead and close the Customer Center. It will be blank until we start having transactions in the coming videos. Then it will unfold and make perfect sense that this report will help you manage your customer's balance. From the main menu, click Reports, Customers and Receivables, Customer Balance Detail. Now, at the moment the window is in front of you, you can click View, add Customer Balance Detail to the icon bar, and then click OK. The other report that will be helpful to you is the Open Invoice. The Open Invoice report shows only the invoices that remain unpaid. If you did not apply payments or credit to an invoice, it will show on this report as open or unpaid. And again, that will unfold in future videos, but right now we're just going to set it up in the icon bar. Reports, Customers and Receivables, Open Invoice. After you open the Open Invoice report, make it look the way you'd like it to look. For example, we know we don't need purchase order number, so we can remove a column the way you would remove a column in Excel. Move the mouse to the 3 dots to the top right of the column until the mouse pointer becomes a double arrow. Click and drag it past the left boundary, and that column has disappeared. Then you can click on the pull-down arrow and choose All, meaning we want to show all open invoices regardless of date. And now that the report looks the way you want it to look, click View, add Open Invoices to the icon bar, and click OK. Congratulations, your customer data is all set up and ready to go.